super offended by everything that you have said about me. I'm super offended by all of what the Easterns have said about
So
me.
stay tuned, everybody, for an official announcement from Robert Baxter as early as tonight, potentially tomorrow. If
This podcast had just happened now with Dexter Tan. He had Hermes Gasparini on and Devin Larratt, and it got pretty heated with Devin hopping on and airing out his grievances with all these athletes who are going after him. He's in a pretty emotional state, not happy with the situation of him being attacked by many, such as Hermes Gasparini at one point in time making videos about Devin after the Chicago event. And here he's basically airing out his frustrations.
Super offended by everything that you have said about me. I'm super offended by all of what the Easterns have said about me. And you know what, really? In a way, it makes me feel great because I know that you're weak. It just shows me how mentally weak you guys are, and that really you accuse, and you guys will never actually be great. And you say, what have you done with your life?
Wow.
When, how old are you, 31? Listen, Hermes, when I was 31, I already had a family. I had gone on several deployments to war. I was a world champion when I was 33 years old. So you got what, a year or two, Hermes?
So, I mean, you can watch the whole thing for yourself. I'll put the link in the description, but Devin definitely goes on a pretty emotional tirade. I imagine he's not in the best mental state as of these recent weeks, having so many people attack him publicly. So he has that reaction, and then they end up arguing a bit.
Respect everybody.
At one point,
I don't like a little. I don't like only the small part. That's it. After this, I don't know what I can do. I can.
yeah, Hermes is like, there's not much I can say if you're not talking respectfully and stuff like that. And then Devin tells him to shut up, and then basically ends up hopping off.
What I saw about
With me, you're such a hypocrite, and you don't even understand the piece of paper that you signed. You need to learn how to read.
So there was also some talk about that piece of paper, the petition, that potentially these athletes signed it and it was changed afterwards, or we don't even know who was the person who sent in the letter, who sent in the petition. So there's more questions regarding that. Dexter didn't even know who was the one who sent it in. So apparently we're going to find out with an announcement from Robert either tonight or sometime soon. That's what Dexter said. So to me, I got the sense that maybe he's come to some agreement with Engen to bring him back. Maybe that could be part of the reason why Devin is also so upset. I'm not sure, but here's what Dexter said.
so, stay tuned, everybody, for an official announcement from Robert Baxter, and it could be as early as tonight, potentially tomorrow, if we can get it all settled.
We
So
can get it all
I-
settled. So I interpreted that as if he's still in communication with Engen and they're trying to get things sorted, get things settled to move forward. So we're going to hear what his announcement is pretty soon. I'm pretty curious what conclusion they come to there. Let's read some comments on this stream. Again, this was a very explosive stream, especially when Devin hopped on. Towards the end, it got pretty heated, pretty emotional. So I do recommend you watching for yourself. These were some moments I wanted to highlight here. Why are you deleting comments? Dexter, says this person. I don't know if that was actually happening. Great job, Dexter. As I warned you, there are going to be a lot of haters coming to you because you are trying to do the right thing. Don't let that affect you. Long live East versus West and unity. Best podcast. Why do you keep interviewing quitters? 27. You finished the interview in the best part. Just read the letter on Devin's channel. Hermes is right. It doesn't ask for Devin to be ousted. Yeah, it doesn't specifically say that in that letter that he read, at least. It just highlights him as one of the main problems that they wanted to address. You know, his cheating or his antics, his influence. You can't start a conversation demanding an apology, then act like you're trying to have a peaceful, healthy communication, says this person. Seriously, who is this Dexter Tan? I've asked before, but no one answers. Hermes was the one who started this whole mess by going to Engen, losing control of his emotions, and exaggerating the reality of things. After that, everything was out of control. Gladiators don't gossip. So I think he's referring to that meeting that happened at the Chicago events, where a lot of the athletes, Eastern athletes, were complaining to Engen that Devin was speaking, that he had a lot of influence in their decision to not do Baku and to do the Shaw Classic, as Engen was not in the company anymore as well. And Engen also announced the Baku event several days before the Chicago event, even though he wasn't part of the company, which was crazy. I hope you can solve all this. Dexter, Devin versus Ermi's part is hard to watch. Yeah, it is hard to watch, to be honest, as a fan of all these athletes and arm wrestling in general. These guys just having significant drama still at this point. I mean, let's hope everything can get resolved soon. I mean, Robert's announcement, where everyone's awaiting, what is going to happen, what he's going to decide to do. So hopefully, yeah, we'll hear it tonight or in the next day or two. Let's see. Let's read a couple more comments here. Athletes sent letter to Robert and Devin's minions blame Engens to edit the letter. You all are pathetic. So yeah, apparently the letter could have been edited, or we don't know what the athletes were told. Like, there's so much where it's like you can only speculate. It's hard to say. This person says, what I understood from this, Devin reads between the line that the Europeans want him out. Europeans, Ermies, don't want him out. They just want to fix the problems. 99% chance the letter is blackmail from Engen to have what he wants, and he's trying to destroy the league. Engen is not just a tyrant, but he has a lot of influence, that's for sure. Devin has a fragile ego. So what is your take on that podcast? Definitely watch it for yourself. I'll put the link in the description. Wanted to highlight a couple moments that were pretty interesting from that, but thanks for watching, guys.